reporting for AAB 999. Tonight, we investigate one of our issues, which are Albania's most urgent issue about unemployment. For your information, thousands of young people are struggling to find a job, and many of them choose to leave their country just because they want to find a job. What's really happening? Let's find out.
When you with AAB 999, today we're talking about the job crisis in Albania. So here in my today, can you tell us about your situation since you graduated?
Yeah, sure. I have already graduated from school. I have applied anywhere in Albania, not good. They say I don't have any experience. But how can I get experience if I want to be in China?
So have you thought about leaving the country?
Yes, honestly, mostly of my friends already went abroad. But it's like there is no opportunity.
I hope things improve to them and so many others in the same situation.
Albania's economy is divided into service, industry and agriculture. Service lead with about 50% of GDP, driven by tourism, which brought in over 11 million visitors in 2024. Industry contributes around 22%, including mining and hydropower. Agriculture makes up about 20%, but still employs over 30% of the population, despite facing a low productivity and small land size. Overall, Albania is focusing on modernizing agriculture and growing its industrial base. Albania's unemployment rate was 10.11% and it rose slightly to 10.25% in 2024. This shows that job creation is still a challenge, especially with many people working in informal or low quality jobs. To reduce unemployment, the government is investing in vocational training, tourism and renewable energy as part of its efforts toward EU membership.
My name is Ain Hakima and I'll be sharing about the unemployment in Albania. So unemployment is a long-standing economic problem that mostly affects the young people in Albania. In 2024, the unemployment rate in Albania was 10.25%, slightly up from 10.11% in 2023. Even more worrying, the youth unemployment remains above 25, showing that many young Albanians are struggling to find a job after completing their studies. Next, we are going through the causes or the factors of unemployment in Albania. So there are several major factors behind Albania's unemployment problem. So the first one is jobless growth. Even though the economy has grown, especially in sectors like construction and services, the number of jobs created is still not enough. So these industries are often capital intensive but don't require a large number of workers. The second one is skill mismatch. So many young Albanians graduated with academic degrees but lack of hands-on or vocational skills needed by the employer. So as a result, many are underqualified for the technical role but overqualified for the service jobs. The third cause is the large of informal labour market. So many people work in unregistered and unregulated jobs with no contracts, no legal protection and low wages. So these jobs offer very little stability, especially for youth who are trying to build a career or gain long-term security. Lastly, youth migration. So youth migration is another serious factor due to limited job prospects. Many young Albanians choose to migrate to other countries. This leads to brain drain, where the most talented and educated individuals live. Next, I will explain the effects of the unemployment. So unemployment has wide and long-term consequences. Economically, when fewer people have jobs, there are less income, less consumer spending and slower overall growth. So the government also collects less tax and must spend more on social assistance and welfare support. Next, socially. Socially, unemployment causes frustration, anxiety and loss of motivation, especially for young people who feel excluded from the society. In some cases, this can even lead to rising crime rates, substance abuse or involvement in risky behavior. Lastly, Demographically, the country suffers from a shrinking skilled workforce. Many professionals like doctors, engineers and IT graduates leave Albania permanently. Combined with the aging population, this creates a serious labour gap and put pressures on future generations.
My name is Nur Azri Emily binti Azrizan. So I will explain about public policy used by the government. Monetary policy. Albania monetary policy, led by the Bank of Albania, focus on maintaining price stability through interest rate adjustments, indirectly supporting economic growth, job creation, and wage development without directly targeting unemployment. Next, fiscal policy. Albania fiscal policy focus on reducing employment by promoting economic growth through business-friendly measures, product fiscal management, enhanced transparency, and attracting foreign investing to support job creation and sustainable development. And the last, direct policy. Albania address unemployment directly by enhancing workforce skills through vocational training, implementing active labor market programs, providing flat rate unemployment benefits, and introducing measures to cushion economic shocks like the COVID-19 pandemic. So next, how the country overcome the problem through the policy. Albania has faced various problems throughout its history, such as political instability, corruption, economic underdevelopment, and environmental issues. The Albanian government has used a range of policies and reforms to address these problems. High unemployment, especially among youth, a large informal economy where many business and workers operate outside official regulations, poverty and regional economic disparities, low foreign investment due to concerns about corruption, and weak institutions. Successful or not the implementation of policy? Why? So, Albania's unemployment policies have been partially successful because Albania's unemployment policies have led to a significant decline in unemployment supported by reforms in education, vocational training, and employment service. Programs like internship and wage subsidies have helped young and long-term unemployed enter the job market. However, challenges such as young unemployment, rural job gaps, and labor market vulnerability remain, showing that further improvements are still needed.
Albania's unemployment rate is falling, which is great news, but a critical challenge remains. Our university graduates, especially new ones, struggle to find jobs. They often lack experience, face limited opportunities, or find their skill to match market needs. To fix this, we need target programs. We're talking more internship and graduate training schemes. We also need to strongly support entrepreneurship, empowering young people to create their own future. Next, universities must step up by enhancing practical training, offering solid career counseling, and developing crucial digital skills. This ensures students are truly ready for the workforce. Finally, success hinges on strong collaboration. The Ministry of Education, universities, and employers must work together. With international support, we can ensure our graduates are not just.
Next is recommendation 2. Here are our recommendations to help reduce unemployment in Albania. First, we suggest improving vocational and practical education so students gain skills that match market demand. Next is the government should formalize the informal sector by giving incentive and protection to unregistered workers and businesses. Third is encouraging youth entrepreneurship will help young people create their own jobs instead of leaving the country. Besides that, expanding programs like internship and wage subsidies can give more people, especially in rural areas, a chance to enter the job market. Promoting regional economic growth, especially in underdeveloped areas, can reduce the gap between rural and urban employment. Lastly is Albania should continue attracting foreign investors by improving transparency and making it easier to do businesses. Finally, it's important to monitor and evaluate all these policies so the government can make better decisions based on data. This recommendation aim not only to reduce unemployment but also to build a more inclusive and sustainable economy. That's all for me.
Skill mismatch, informal labor markets, and also jobless growth continue to hinder progress, while government policies such as fiscal reform, vocational training, and also labor market program has helped reduce the unemployment rate to 8.70% in 2025. Challenges persist. Fresh graduates still face difficulties due to lack of experience and limited opportunities in their field. Therefore, Albania must strengthen target programs like internship, graduate schemes, and also entrepreneurship support. Improving collaboration between university and industries, along with support from international partners, will be key to ensure long-term employment growth and also a more resilient economy. That's all from me. Thank you.